Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something really vital for any project, acceptance criteria.
Absolutely crucial stuff.
Yeah, and our discussion draws inspiration from Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabone. So, acceptance criteria sounds important, but what is it really? Like defining done right.
That's a great way to think about it. It's about making sure you know exactly what done right means before you get there. No guesswork.
Okay, so no vague ideas.
No, definitely not. It's all about having a measurable benchmark. So everyone involved knows precisely what the target is, what that finished deliverable needs to look like, how it needs to perform.
Right, so let's nail down the definition then. What are we talking about precisely?
Okay, the core idea is this. Acceptance criteria are a measurable definition of the attributes, the qualities that a product or deliverable needs to have so that the key stakeholders will actually accept it.
Measurable definition. That sounds like the key part.
It really is. That word measurable is what gives it teeth. It takes it out of the realm of, subjective opinion, do I like it, and into objective facts. Can we tick this box? Yes or no?
Takes the ambiguity out. Why does that matter so much day to day on a project?
Well, it brings clarity, first off. Everyone's on the same page. It also forces you to be objective. You have actual criteria, not just feelings. And that helps prioritize, too, what really needs to be there for this thing to be accepted.
Okay, so it clarifies the end goal, but sometimes people mix things up. Is this like the document that kicks off the whole project?
Ah, good question. No, not really. That's usually something like the business case, the why we're doing this document, or maybe a project brief.
Right, the justification.
Exactly. The acceptance criteria come in later when you're defining the specifics of what you're building or delivering within that project. They define the what good looks like for the output, not the reason for starting.
And it's not the cost-benefit analysis either. That's business case territory too.
Correct. Acceptance criteria aren't about why the project is valuable. They're about whether the thing produced meets the agreed upon standard. Completely different focus.
Got it. So focusing on what they are, what are the big wins? Why should project teams really invest time in getting these right?
Oh, the benefits are huge. First and foremost, you dramatically increase your chances of actually meeting stakeholder expectations if you agree on the definition of success up front.
Fewer nasty surprises later.
Precisely. No one wants that, but I thought it would conversation. It also creates a really transparent basis for approval, for sign-off.
Ah, makes sense. If it meets the criteria, it gets approved. Clear cut.
Ideally, yes. It
Yeah.
makes the whole review and approval process much smoother, much less contentious, builds trust.
And I imagine that helps wrap things up more efficiently too, getting to project closure.
Absolutely. When you know exactly what done means, and you can prove it against the criteria, closing out deliverables or the whole project becomes much more straightforward, less back and forth.
Which ultimately leads to, well, happier stakeholders, right?
That's the goal. Happy stakeholders because their expectations were clearly understood and demonstrably met. That's what success often looks like. High satisfaction.
So boiling it down, the core takeaway is acceptance criteria give you that vital, measurable definition. They tell you what makes a project deliverable, truly acceptable to the people who matter. It ensures clarity, smooths the path, and really drives successful outcomes.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That clarity is golden.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How often could we benefit, even in smaller tasks, just by defining done right a bit more clearly up front, something for you to consider.
Definitely.
And if you want to explore this concept and many other project management essentials in more detail, we highly recommend checking out the source for today's discussion. Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabone.